much later as Choco comes in, the first starter. Ready and set to be dispatched. An attendant manoeuvres his way out of the gates. They're racing. Mays was snagged back at the start. First strike didn't begin too sharply at all and is back there with it when they get going. Superstardom the first to break. She's a Galah hopped out of the gates very quickly, going up near the inside. Great Charade just after the start, getting into the box seat. I'm Icy is fourth, being followed four deep around them. Choco goes up in front of Michelle Marbell, and they're being followed in a very tightly compact field by Amazed, who's back there. Trade Prize on the inside of those is the well-tried First Strike. At the 500, coming up to the home corner, and the last start winner, Superstardom the grey, will bring them for home. Running second, She's a Galah. Choco's been off the track and hanging, coming around the corner. Down on the inside is Great Charade, trying to wind up. Icy further back. First Strike inside of it. At the 200-metre mark, Superstardom still in front. From on the outside, She's a Galah. Great Charade down on the rail. Superstardom clinging on though. Superstardom holding She's a Galah. First Strike through the middle late, but Superstardom does it all of the way. Superstardom made it back to back from She's a Galah. First Strike. It's there in a photo with Great Charade for third, and they were followed behind those. Pulling up next, Trade Prize, Michelle Marbella, Mays, Dime Icy next in, and knocking right up is Choco after sitting deep on the track to finish at the tail. Superstardom, a last start winner, makes it back to back. Filly by War Chant sat with a cosy run last start. Today she took it up and led them, and they were unable to make an impression on Superstardom when the acid test was applied at the 200. She's a Galah first up, battles on. It is close between Great Charade, First Strike for third placing. Superstardom is the winner for Nev and Carolyn Parnham, Bob Pearson, Ron Sayers, W. Brooks and Mike Fagan by War Chant from Deemed Priceless, and has now had the 3 starts for 2 wins with Chris Parnham aboard. Second home will be She's a Galah. A good run first up by the daughter of Galah from She's a Rich Girl, trained by Martin Allen and ridden by William Pike. And it is very close for third, resting between Great Charade. Had the run of the race for Noski, trained by Trevor Andrews, by Magnus out of Guessing Game. Or also their First Strike, who was back from 8s into 5s. A War Filly, Simon Miller and Peter Nucky. Here they are, the numbers: 1839. 1839. Great Charade kicks on the rails to hold third. Margins up in the next couple of moments here following the first, and all the way victory for Superstardom in the Yarradale stud colours. The next is the Ascend Sales Trophies Maiden over the 1200 metres at 23 after 12. Number 10, City Chant, comes out of the maiden. A length and a quarter by a half a length and a nose are the margins there after the running of the first for the day. Gareth Hall about to join us down in the yard with Superstardom on its way back, of course, with Chris Parnham in the saddle. And now over there with Chris is Brittany Taylor. She's teamed up again with Jarmies this afternoon, and an all-the-way win here. Brittany for Superstardom. The filly makes it 2 in a row.
Thanks very much, Darren. I am joined by Chris Parnham, the winning jockey here with Superstardom. And Chris, you weren't able to be on this horse last start because you were suspended. Jason Brown took the ride and won, but you were today. Was the plan always to lead?
Plan was to go forward. Where we were going to be in the run, we weren't sure, but it jumped out the barriers really quickly, so I thought I'd take up the opportunity to take up the lead, and I'll just give it a bit of a rub at the 450, and it probably put a few lengths on them quite quickly, and it's probably where it won the race, really. So the horse has done a good job, and hopefully it can keep going on its winning way.
When the rail's at 3 metres, we often see leaders win. Is this a position we would be wanting to back horses in today, the front runners?
Yeah, look, conditions are pretty fine, so when the rail comes back to this sort of position, it can be quite hard to make ground. Also looks like the grass has had a bit of a mow as well, so yeah, you might find it might be a bit difficult to make ground today.
And it's great to see you wearing the red boots, of course, for the Red Shoe Society, great supporters of young kids who probably aren't as fortunate as we are. What does wearing the red boots mean to you?
Yeah, it's obviously for a great cause, and they do it Derby Day each year, so it's good to get behind a great cause. And yeah, I think there's 9 jockeys wearing them today, so hopefully as much money can get donated as possible.
Well, no pressure, Chris. So hopefully you chuck 100 their way. Congratulations.
Yeah, Brittany Taylor catching up with Chris Parnham. He's riding in really good form. He loves the big stage. And Neville, this 2-year-old superstar, probably disappointed on debut, but since then has been really good.
Yeah, she got into a hot race first up, and yeah, she'd always been working very well. Chris has always had a real good liking for her, and she'd been working really well. We expected her to go good last start, and she's followed it up with another good win again today.
And today, straight on the bunny. Luck was taken out of it by Chris Parnham, and she led them a merry dance. She never really looked like getting beat today.
Yeah, we weren't quite sure how much pace the newcomer had, Choco, and we just decided we'd go forward with it and just chance our hand and see where we finished up, whether it was outside the leader or in front. And Chris took the initiative and let her roll to the lead. And I knew once she had it sort of relatively easy there, she was always had plenty of petrol to give.
The temptation to start her last week in the Karrakatta?
We did discuss it, but I just felt that, these West Speed Platinum bonuses are so lucrative. Unless she was going to run first or second in that race, well, she's better off running today and collecting another 78,000. So it was pretty good.
Is that her season, or do you look for a couple other races in the near distant future?
We'll see how she comes out of it, but I'd be probably happy to go again. The owners are doing a bit tough. They need the money. So
Size?
Pardon?
The size?
No.
There you go. So maybe another run in a couple of weeks' time. What's your best today, Nev?
I thought she would be hard to beat, and I think Discoville will run well in race 4, I think it is. Yeah, and the other two in the last, they're quartet chances, yeah.
Always a pleasure. Well done.
Thank you.
There's Neville Parnham, the winning trainer, Superstardom, defeating Shiza Galar, Great Charade and First Strike, 1, 8, 3 and 9. And Chrissy Parnham with the red boots on, a great cause today, and we'll be talking about that throughout the afternoon.